What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Nash here. Welcome back to the channel. Now I know what you guys are thinking. You guys are probably asking yourselves, "What's going on? Why are you making another video? What's going on?" Well, this is for those who follow the Yu-Gi-Oh OCG format, because we just got the July 1st, 2022 OCG Ban List, and I have to admit, this is completely unexpected. This was something that I was not expecting, and I'm looking at it now, and yeah, I'm not so sure if the TCG is ready for this. So hopefully you guys are ready. If you guys are ready for the ban list, and you guys want to see more ban list reveals in the future, whether it's for the OCG or the TCG, make sure you guys give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. The links will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. Let's get straight into it. First up, the cards that are forbidden, meaning you cannot use them at all. We have Totally Awesome, Crystron, Halka-Vibrax, and Vanity's Emptiness. Now, Totally Awesome is actually a really good card, funny enough. And I think the main reason the card is banned is because of all the shark plays that's been. Is because of all the shark decks, all the different like water-based decks that are around in today's format. So Totally Awesome, its effect reads: once per turn during the standby phase, you can detach a material from this card. Special summon one frog monster from your deck. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a spell, trap, or monster effect as a quick effect, send one aqua monster from your hand or face the field to the grave, negate the activation, and destroy that card. Then you can set it to your field. If this card is sent to the grave, you can target a water monster in your grave, add it to your hand. This is perfect for the shark decks, especially if you want to go into a rank 4 or a rank 5 play. This card is nutty. But as far as Halka-Vibrax, I mean, come on. Come on, you're summoning a fucking tuner monster from your deck and then from your extra deck, which is insane. Now, as far as Vanity's Emptiness go, this is by far the most broken card you will ever see. It's a continuous trap that reads: neither player can special summon monsters. If a monster is sent from the deck or field to your graveyard, destroy this card. This is a really good floodgate card, especially something got caught in my mouth. Anyway, especially going up against all the different special summon based decks. Emptiness, pretty good, but I'm not surprised by any of them. Halka-Vibrax is just absolutely busted. I wouldn't be surprised if, for us here in the TCG, I wouldn't be surprised if this card got banned. I wouldn't be surprised at all. As far as Totally Awesome, I don't know if the card will ever be banned. I know that it got limited to 1 at one point several years ago. But as far as Vanity's Emptiness goes, I think in the TCG, I believe it's banned. But still, that's pretty much it for the cards that are banned. For the cards that are limited, meaning you can only use one, we have Eva, Spellbook of Judgment, and Branded Opening. Eva is... It's just absolutely stupid. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can banish up to 2 other life fairies from your field and or graveyard at the same number of level 2 or lower like fairy monsters with different names from your deck to your hand except Eva. This is basically Rhoda. This is basically like a different form of Rhoda, which is pretty crazy, and it's no wonder why it got banned. It's because Drytrons. Hello, Drytrons. Now, Spellbook of Judgment is literally the most. What? Oh my god! This card was used heavily during the days of the Dragon Rulers. If you guys remember Dragon Ruler format, woohoo! Yeah, Dragon Rulers was just absolutely insane. I know that there were so many other decks that were out during Dragon Ruler format, but the funny thing is that during the September ban list, the September 2013 ban list, it was a complete crucifixion. The entire, literally all the baby rulers were banned. Black Whirlwind, which is a card for Black Wings. The card was at 3. Soul Judgment, I think it was at 1. It was a crucifixion. Spellbooks were one of those power creep decks that ended up topping multiple YCSs during that time. And one of the big cards that they were running was Judgment, which reads, during the end phase of the turn, this card was activated. Add 1 spellbook, add spellbook spell cards from your deck to your hand, except this card up to the number of spell cards activated after this card's resolution. Then you can special summon from your deck a spellcaster monster whose level is less or equal to the number of cards added to your hand by this effect. So this was basically a way to summon out High Priestess of Prophecy, which is a hella crazy card. But yeah, spellbooks were absolutely insane. Branded Opening, I believe, is the fusion? Let's see. Oh, wait. Yes, I believe this is the fusion? Let's see. Discard 1 card, then take 1 Despia monster from your deck, either add to your hand or special summon it in defense. And for the rest of the turn, after the card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except fusions. If a fusion monster or monsters you control will be destroyed by a card effect, you can banish the card from your grave instead. Oh, so this is basically Dragon Lords on steroids, basically. So, I mean, Albaz is insane. Now for the cards that are semi-limited, meaning you can only use 2, which it doesn't make sense. We have Gen X Ally Birdman, Floundries, and the Magnificent Map. Branded Fusion. Branded Fusion is basically the polymerization for the entire Albaz deck. And then, oh, okay. Let's see if I can find it. Here, oh, that one. Okay, so the Magnificent Map is the field spell, which reads, during your main phase, you can reveal 1 level 1 Floundries monster in your hand and banish 1 Floundries card with a different name from your deck. Then immediately after this effect resolves, normal summon the revealed monster. If your opponent normal summons a monster immediately after this effect resolves, you can normal summon a Floundries monster. So this is basically double summon. That's all it is. It's basically double summon to help go into Ryza, the Mega Monarch, help you go into your synchro plays, your white aura plays, and whatnot. It's just absolutely insane. And then Birdman, Ally Birdman is interesting. Ally Birdman is kind of a weird one. The effect reads, you can return 1 face of monster you control to the hand, special summon this card from your hand, but banish it when it leaves the field, and it gains 500 attack if the return monster was a wind on the field. Yeah, this was basically a way to just go into multiple synchro plays, which is just absolutely insane. But what's even more cool is that it says banish it when it leaves the field. How do you bypass it? Use the monster as Xyz material, which is just that great. It's pretty nuts. So again, I'm not too surprised on this, but the cards that are unlimited will shock you. Meaning, there's no barriers for this one. We have Sword Soul Emergence, Divine Wind and Mist Valley, Raigeki, The Beginning of the End, Wind Up Carrier Zen Mighty, Trishula, Dragon of the Ice Barrier, Lone Fire Blossom, Thunder, Dragon Roar, Night Assailant, Harmonizing Magician, Orchest, Harp, Horror. That means one thing. Orchest is back in the OCG. Would we see this deck come back in the TCG? It is very possible. Very, very, very possible, but I don't really see that happening anytime soon. Harmonizing Magician is I think an extender? Yeah, I believe this is the extender. Let's see. Yeah, this is basically the extender for the whole deck. Night Assailant, the card's been errated so many times, nobody gives a fuck about the card. Thunder Dragon Roar, yeah, Thunder Dragons might come back. Which is a possibility, but I'm not gonna hold my breath on this one, honestly. I'm not really gonna hold my breath. The only way the deck would be meta again is if Colossus was up to at least 1. If it was up at 1, then yeah, maybe the deck would still be viable, but it wouldn't be as cancerous as it was when the deck was first, around, if you will. What's next? Lone Fire Blossom. Basically, it's just a floater. It's basically a floater, and also it just floats straight into another monster when it's tributed. So basically, with this, you would go summon Lone Fire, trigger the effect, tribute it, summon another Lone Fire, tribute it, summon another Lone Fire, tribute that Lone Fire to thin out the deck and summon another plant from your deck, which works perfectly with the Black Rose decks, which is insane. Trishula, I mean, the card's been, Trishula is still good. I mean, it's like a 2900, 29, I think. Let's see, Trish. It's a 20. Sure, it's a 2700 beat stick, but you would need to have 3 copies to get the effect off multiple times, which is not that good. Not that good. Zen Mighty, on the other hand, is just a house. Once per turn, you can detach one material from this card. It's supposed to summon a wind-up monster from your hand or deck. When it faces a wind-up monster on the field, it's destroyed and sent to your grave. Except during the damage step, you can detach a material from this card, target that monster, return that target to the hand. So this was basically a way to ensure that you keep your monsters and you're able to go into even more plays really quickly, which is pretty crazy. Beginning of the End, basically it's a pot of greed, I believe. Let's see. If you have 7 or more darks in your grave, banish 5 darks from your grave, draw 3 cards. Yeah, it's a much more better version of Pot of Greed, which is absolutely insane. Raigeki is Raigeki. It's just that it's a one-sided board wipe, basically. Divine Wind and Mist Valley, I believe is the one. I believe is the field spell. Divine Wind and Mist Valley is actually pretty nuts. Yeah, it's the field spell. Once per turn, if a wind monster you control returns to the hand, except during the damage step, supposed to summon a level 4 lower wind monster from your deck. Yeah, basically this was you were literally running triple compulse to trigger off Divine Wind's effect, which is hilarious. And then, of course, Sword Soul Emergence, I think, is a new one. Add one Sword Soul monster from your deck to your hand. Or, if you control a single monster, you can add a Worm monster instead. If this card is banished, you can target one Sword Soul monster or Worm monster you control, increase or decrease its level by 1 until the end of the turn. Yeah, basically a way to just go into your synchro plays really quickly, which is pretty crazy. All in all, I'm not too surprised on this. I mean, totally awesome. It's just broken. Literally, the cards that just got banned, they're just way too broken. Totally awesome is an instant negation, which is insane. Halqified Brax basically just gives you is basically a recruiter, meaning when you tribute it off, you summon a tutor from your extra deck, and you basically can just go into your synchro plays really quickly. Vanity's Emptiness is just a very TCG banned Floodgate. Everything else, again, I'm not too surprised on, but it is what it is. But the question becomes, what can we expect with, as far as this list goes, what could we expect to see get hit on the next TCG ban list, which will be happening sometime in which will happen sometime in the next couple of months. I will be talking about that at some point. Possibly, I would probably say possibly sometime this week. I might talk about it, but we will see. But that brings me to the question of the day: what are you guys' thoughts on the July 1st OCG ban list, and what cards would you like to see get banned on the TCG ban list? Let me know down in the comments below, and that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want to see more ban list reveals in the future, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you guys do not miss out on any new content that comes your way. And make sure you guys follow me on Twitter and on Instagram. The links will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.